This is Pre-Calculus A, Unit 6, Conic Sections, Lesson 4, Ellipses. We've talked about conic sections in general and what they are: ellipses, parabolas, circles, and hyperbolas, not to mention the least of which would be points and lines. We distinguished or worked out how to write general form for a circle in standard form. Well, we're going to do the same now for an ellipse. So I'm going to start with a problem here. Let's see, 25x squared minus 200, actually plus 36y squared, 36y squared minus 200x plus 216y minus 176 equals 0. Okay, this is general form. Note that there is no xy term. There very typically won't be, so we can say plus 0xy. Okay, so this is my A, this is my B, and this is my C. And if I want to determine what kind of polygon it is, I do b squared minus 4ac. In this case, that is 0 squared minus 4 times 25 times 36, which is a very large negative number. Okay, we're really not concerned with what the number is, but it's a very large negative number. Remember, when it's less than 0, we're dealing with either a circle or an ellipse. A circle, if A and B equal each other, but A does not equal B. A is 25, A does not equal C. And A and C, the x squared and the y squared coefficients are different, so this is the ellipse. Okay. All right, let's see what we can do about converting this here. All right, so I'm going to start by grouping the x's together. 25x squared minus 200x plus something plus 36y squared plus 216y plus something. And then I'm going to move the 176 to the other side. Minus 176 becomes positive 176. Okay, so that's the first step. Group the x's together, group the y's together, leave some room for addition. And actually, probably should insert this next step. Factor out anything that can be factored out of the x terms. 25 x squared minus 8x plus something, okay, plus 36 times y squared. See, 216 divided by 36. I'm not doing that off the top of my head. I should have that, but so 216 divide 36 is 6 plus something equals 176. Plus something and plus something. Okay, so the question is, what are we going to add? And let's work that out. Well, negative 4 plus negative 4 makes negative 8, so I'm going to do negative 4 times negative 4 to make 16. So I'm going to add 16. Now, careful here. On the right-hand side, I'm not adding 16. I'm actually adding 16 times 25. 16 times 25 is 400. So I'm going to add 400 to both sides. Okay. Same thing here. 3 plus 3 is 6. So 3 times 3 is 9. I'm going to add 9. But I'm not just adding 9. I'm adding 36 times 9. 36 times 9 is 36 times 9, 324. So I'm actually adding 324 to both sides. Okay? And that's completing the square on both the x and the y. So now this becomes 25 x minus 4 squared plus 36 y plus 3 quantity squared, and 176 plus 400 plus 324. 176 plus 400 plus 324 is 900. Okay. And then one more step to get this in standard form. We're going to divide everything by 900. 25x minus 4 squared over 900 plus 36y plus 3 over 900 equals 1. Now reduce 25 over 900. It would take 36 quarters to make $9, so 36. X minus 4 squared. Okay, 36 into 900, I believe it's 25. Yep. And y plus 3 equals 1. Now we can tell quite a bit about this. Let me state the general form for an ellipse. It's y minus h squared over a squared plus x minus k squared over b squared equals 1. A is the displacement left and right from the or up and down from the vertex because it's under y. So A is the displacement up and down. Okay, V is the displacement or the axis left and right from the vertex. Okay, and then H and K is the center. So here's how I graph this here. We're going to graph this centered at 4, negative 3. And I started with y and x. It's really irrelevant which one comes first, just so that we understand the value under the y goes up and down and the value under the x goes left and right. 36 is 6 squared. 25 is 5 squared. So we're going to center our ellipse at 4, negative 3. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, negative 3. And we're going to displace it. We're going to displace it 6 to the left and the right. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. We're going to displace it 5 up and down. 2, 4, 5. Okay, and let's rearrange a little bit so we can fit. And 2, 4, 5. There we go. So that's the graph. Now there's one more thing we need to determine, because if you're familiar with ellipsoid geometry, there are two foci, right? Two foci, two focal points. Physically, here's what the meaning of it is. If I were to design an ellipsoid room, I could stand at either focus and have someone else stand at the other focus and be heard very clearly, even at a whisper, even if the distance is very far. That's because it is the point at which every sound that reflects off the wall reflects through the other focus. Okay? It's also an equal distance point. So the total distance from any point on the ellipse to both foci combined is the same no matter what point you pick on the wall. Okay, so that focus is very important. And the focus has this relationship. Okay, where this is, we'll call this A. I always have trouble getting A and B mixed up, but A, I'm going to say, is the displacement left or right. And B is the displacement up. And C is the distance to the focus. Okay. According to this, the way I've set up these letters, the Pythagorean theorem holds, and this is A. Okay, so b squared plus c squared equals a squared. Or we could say 25, that's our b squared, plus c squared equals a squared, which is our 36. So c is the square root of 36 minus 25, which is approximately, is exactly 11, square root 11, which is approximately square root 11, 3.3, we'll say, approximately 3.3. So if I go 1, 2, 3.3, and I've got that pretty close here, 3.3 to the left and 3.3 to the right, I find the focus or the foci, right? And we can use that to find specific coordinates of the foci. So the focus, one focus is at, this was 4, negative 3, so the 4 gets root 11 subtracted. And the other focus, focus 1 and focus 2, is 4 plus root 11, negative 3. Okay? And if I want to verify this, all this, using my Desmos calculator here, I can graph the original function, 25 x squared plus 36 y squared minus 200x plus 216y minus 176. Okay. And equals 0. Got to have the equals. There's my ellipse. I'm going to graph my center, 4, negative 3. I'm going to graph my foci, 4 minus square root 11, comma, negative 3, and comma, 4 plus square root 11, comma, negative 3. There we go. All right, and it does seem to match very well. All right, so hopefully that all makes sense.